All right, want to welcome everybody in to the Western Wildcat Pittsfield Socky softball game here today. Anthony Bars alongside Reese Dunker. Beautiful day.
Yeah.
We haven't had very many of these.
No, it's a big difference from some of the environments.
Yeah, it's usually either really windy or
this is giving me
really cold.
This is giving me where was it Warsaw we were at West Hancock.
Yeah,
vibes for that. A little windy, but
Nothing like
considered.
Griggsville and Greenfield though.
No, I'm glad I didn't experience.
We can
Greenfield.
feel
I've said that 10 times on the air, and I'm still thankful. Fun little area here though. You got Pittsfield, Notre Dame's varsity playing down the street.
Yeah,
right across from us is the Pittsfield and Notre Dame JV. Glitter in their hair for some reason. That's going to be a nightmare. I pray for your shower.
We are set up
right next to them.
Down to the far side of the dugout here, first base dugout.
They're going to love listening to us tonight.
Yeah. I did get permission from
I'm already getting stared at by about 8 different people.
I got permission from Coach Renneker to sit down here, and he said as long as we talk bad about him.
About
okay.
him? Oh, good.
Yeah. No.
I've got
he said as long
as
everything good is said. And I said, well, maybe we should go sit on the Pittsfield side. But all right, let's take a look at starting lineups here. Let's do. What do you want to do here?
Let's start with the Lady Wildcats.
All right, let's do batting order here for the Wildcats.
For leading off, and she'll be in the circle tonight. I always just want to say on the mound, but there's no mound in softball. That's Lauren White. She wears the number 16. Brindley McQuay will bat second, play shortstop. Rachel McMullen bats third and catching. Brooklyn Stolte back in the 4-hole. She'll play first. Sophie Renneker's back to where she played a lot early in the season, back in center field, batting fifth, followed by, that was wrong, she's batting fifth, right?
She's batting fifth.
Okay, I might have my score sheet wrong somehow. Followed by Emma Dixon.
No, you're right.
Am I right?
You're right.
I just can't count.
No.
Okay, Emma Dixon's no, I just forgot to write Lauren down. That happened again. Anyways, Emma's batting sixth, playing second. Allison's batting seventh and right. Briley's batting eighth, playing third. And then we've got Alyssa Bareyes in left, but Ava Fessler will hit for her.
Yeah, and you're right.
Yeah, but look what happened right here after I just.
Oh yeah, you just missed one. You missed Allison, didn't you?
I do that every single time.
Yeah. You're out of paper again.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going back to rewrite this one.
All right, let's take a look at the fielding for the Pittsfield Sockies. Do you want to give them an order for batting lineup?
Sure. We'll have Simon. She is at first base. Stambaugh at short. Henry pitching. One of our two Henrys. Wombles in the circle. Dipple in right. Another Henry at first. Peebles in left. And then a designated player and center fielder situation with McClintock and Gerard. And then Gangler at third.
Yeah. Had a chance to talk to Coach Ariana White this afternoon, and she's very pleased with their early season. 9-2 on the year. Coach Renneker's asking if he can be mic'd up during the game.
I don't see why he couldn't. He doesn't say anything bad, does he?
No.
That'd be great.
Outstanding citizen. I talked the whole time. That'd be okay.
I don't see a problem. I think he's getting the right mindset.
Anyway, Coach White is very pleased with her season, 9-2-1. They actually have a tie against Jacksonville, and I was talking to a guy earlier and said that that might get appealed to IHSA, that tie.
What's that situation?
And I don't know the whole situation, so I'm not going to share it.
Ooh.
But we'll do that off air. Anyway.
I'll do my best.
Pittsfield's going to be led by their 3 senior captains. It's the Henry twins, Grace and Emma, and then second baseman Lila Simon. And that's kind of who they look to in the tough situation games. They lost to Q&D Monday night in a really good game. Had them 4-2 in the 4th inning. Ended up losing 10-4. And then, of course, first game of the year, they fell to Carrollton. You know, Carrollton's, 16-0? Or I think they're 16-0.
Absolutely loaded, I think, is probably the best way to
I saw a post here just a couple days ago that they've their senior class has won 100 games over there now.
Carrollton, that is?
Yeah, and when you're only playing 30 a year, that's tough.
That's winning a lot.
Tough.
But when you have somebody as good in the mound as they do, of course.
Yeah.
Is it Lauren
Flowers.
ISU, Illinois State commit.
Yeah.
Awfully talented, and I'm sure it'll come down to them and Calhoun in that sectional as it does every single year.
Yep, I believe so.
I don't know if they've met yet this year, Carrollton and Calhoun, that is.
I don't know. That's something we'll have to research.
I'm not very good at research.
All right, we're getting ready here. First pitch, it'll be Emma Womble. She's a sophomore. She throws the ball pretty hard. It'll be Lauren White stepping in.
It's the first real challenge speed-wise that Western's faced since Ava Womble. Another Womble's when Pleasant Hill came to town. It's over 2 weeks ago. Lauren White bounces that one foul. Womble's ahead 0-1 in the count. Western's had a lot of success this season scoring early, including the first inning. See if Lauren White can start a little bit of a get the Wildcats off on the right foot. She'll watch ball one bounce into the mid of the catcher.
No Tyler Patterson tonight. He is tied up at work. So, Reese, you get to do most of the talking.
Oh, lovely.
As I'm trying to get all this going.
It almost is a three-man crew as White takes
it
that
works well.
Low.
Not that you need that a lot because you have your own paper.
Yeah, for those of you that, well, granted, we never show ourselves on camera, I now keep my own score.
It's good to keep track of things.
Yep. That ball is taken low. I do like Game Changer, though. Our Game Changer is it's easy to see. It's a lot easier than me going through and toweling the black and white. As White's going to float that one to second base, but it is put away by Simon. That will be the first out of the inning.
Brings up McQuay. McQuay comes in. Well, she ain't. That didn't update.
Let me give you a hard hit analysis of Brindley this year. She's hitting the ball hitting the ball hard as crap this year.
Yes,
She's hit really well. She watches ball one low, gets ahead 1-0 in the count, and she's kind of flipped between the 2 and the 3 hole this year. And wherever she's been at, she's hit. A lot of production from the middle of the Wildcats lineup so far this year. And she's going to pop that one foul and down the hill behind us. And it's going to roll right over the hill and down to the cow pasture. 1-1 count to Brindley.
Brindley's batting .500 on the year, 1.5 OPS.
I don't teach math, but I know that's good. That one bounces into the mitt of Henry. Of course, Pittsfield's filled with Henrys. 3 of them, if I'm correct.
Is that right?
Yeah,
the twins that are seniors, and then younger sister Piper, and I'm going to say she's a sophomore, but I could be wrong.
Brindley fouls another one off, and that one might join the other one in the cow pasture. Nope, that's going into the mud.
Did it plunk in the mud?
Yep, right down there. Right?
As long as it doesn't hit us, we're okay.
We almost had an opportunity to make a play on Monday. 2-2 count here to Brindley. Wombles to McQuay. Brindley takes that one up and away. Count's gone full. Brindley batting second for the Lady Wildcats. She plays shortstop. Played third in the game against Camp Point, but has been a mainstay at short other than that. Full count pitch to Brindley. Is fouled again, and she's had a liking for that little embankment behind us.
And we've had a cow join us. I don't know if you see the cow there.
Yeah, well, he actually came over when that first ball rolled into his pasture.
Very interested.
He's tracking that one down. That Pittsfield girl might as well stay over there till
yeah.
Brindley finishes her at bat. Another full count pitch to Brindley. And she's going to let that one bounce behind Henry, and she's going to end up at first base, sprinting down there thinking about taking an extra base. And she'll end up at first.
That'll bring up Rachel McMullen.
That was a 7 pitch at bat from Brindley. Gives Rachel an opportunity to hit with the runner on. That usually leads to a good result. First pitch to McMullen. She goes. Tried to hold up, but could not. And goes behind 0-1. See if the Wildcats are active on the base path tonight. They had a lot of success running against Minden Unity on Monday night. And in turn, it led to a lot of Minden errors. That pitch is taken low by McMullen. It's the count 1-1.
I think the key for Western tonight, obviously we're going to have to hit the ball a little bit, but it's going to be our defense. Pittsfield hits very well.
And we've been, it's no surprise, or it's not a surprise to say that our defense has been shaky at times this season.
Yeah.
So you're exactly right. That's a big key tonight for the Lady Wildcats.
Well, and talking to Coach White, one of the first things she said for the Sockies was she's really impressed with their offense this year and how they're putting their bat on the ball. And in my head, I was thinking, well, this could be interesting.
Yeah, that's something like we said that the Lady Wildcats have struggled with. The 2-1 pitch to McMullen is again low, and we've seen Wombles miss low a lot so far. Hitters count here for Rachel. She's ahead 3-1. McQuay on first. Great opportunity. She's going to half swing again on that one. Wanted to hold up, but could not, and the count runs full. kind of the second time she's been caught in that half swing of knowing that she probably shouldn't, but just a good pitch that she chases.
Yeah.
Full count pitch. Do the Wildcats potentially put McQuay in motion here? I would not be surprised. They're not going to, and McMullen's going to ground that one foul to the left of third base. Great, 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 great opportunity to potentially run here. It's an opportunity or a situation where if Rachel does lift the ball, Brindley could score from first, realistically, if she hits one in a gap. Another full count pitch to McMullen. And she's going to bounce another one foul. The Lady Wildcats are battling here in the top of the first inning.
And I think that's going to be a key, too. Run the pitch count up a little bit. Emma's a very good pitcher.
But, I mean, as with anything, the more pitches you see, the more likely it is she makes a mistake, and you've got to make her pay for her mistakes.
Yep.
Another full count pitch to McMullen. And she lifts that one deep to left center. It's carrying. It's off the wall. McQuay round second. McMullen's coming into second, too. McQuay slides safely at third. McMullen's into second with a stand-up double.
And a great throw from left field from Peebles into third base there.
Yeah, great arm. She stood at the base of the wall. I don't even think she got a crow hop into it. And McMullen crushes that one. And now you've got two runners in scoring position with less than 2 outs. A huge opportunity here in the top of the first.
Brings up Brooklyn Stolte.
Brooklyn's moved around a little bit. She led off for a couple games, but I think she's much more comfortable in this cleanup spot. And she's got an opportunity to clean up some runners. She'll take the first pitch upstairs.
Good opportunity here early in the first for the Wildcats. Jump on top.
A lot of patience so far from the Lady Wildcats, too. You like that, especially after game Monday against Unity where they were swinging a lot.
Yep.
Impressive to come out here and be patient, but you got to take advantage of a situation like this. And Brooklyn's going to bounce one to first. They are going to tag her out, and the runners at second and third are going to stay put. Brindley was not going on contact. Probably a good decision. I think she would have been out if it would have been a bang-bang play, but I think she might have been out.
Probably. I really thought Brindley might break for home there.
And it would have been bang-bang. That is taken by Renneker for a first pitch strike. How's that go on the scorebook? Is that just is that a P3 for a first baseman put out?
Yep.
I just wasn't sure the exact terminology. As Renneker takes that one low.
That was a big out for the Saukeys. Just happened to be in the right spot.
Kind of jammed Brooklyn on the hands, and she just rolled it down to the first baseman.
Yep. Good
pitch, though. The 1-1 pitch to Renneker. She takes that one upstairs again. The Lady Wildcats being awfully patient here. Sophie's came through a lot for the Lady Wildcats early this season. We'll see if she can do it here. She will, of course, be in center when we flip the inning. And Sophie's out in front of that one, swinging hard. Counts even at 2-2. She's going to have to protect here. Big opportunity for the Lady Wildcats to not let go at the wayside. The 2-2 pitch to Sophie. Wombles readies herself. Her wind up and pitch is taken just inside, and that's a
great take from Renneker.
Yeah, that's tough to take.
On 2 strikes, for sure.
Did not miss by much. Granted, we don't have a very good angle here. We're down past the dugout. Oh, yeah, you have a really good angle.
Mm-hmm.
What am I saying? Full count pitch to Sophie. She's going to take it low, and the Lady Wildcats have the bases loaded here with 2 outs. And you know, Anthony, this reminds me of a game about 2 weeks ago where a certain batter was up with 2 outs with the bases loaded against a Wombles pitching in a Pike County matchup.
That's right.
You tell me what happened the last time.
Let's see if we can do it again. Emma Dixon steps in.
Big spot for Emma. Takes the first pitch, and that was a hard pitch.
Wombles throwing low 60s. I think they set the pitching machine up yesterday, and the girls practiced there in the 60 range.
The advantage of modern technology. Being able to get an opportunity to hit against that.
Emma moves the ball around really well, has 3 or 4 different pitches she throws.
She's lacked a little command so far. I'm sure she'll tighten that up as the game goes on. That one bounces into Dixon.
Pittsfield's got a tough matchup tomorrow night in Carlinville. So it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, the Lady Cavaliers are always good.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see if Emma's going to go the full distance or if she's just a partial today.
Dixon fouls that one back. Counts even at 2. 2. Fixing my scorebook error that everybody found out about in the pregame.
What a time to mess it up.
Uh-huh. You are telling me. 2-2 pitch to Dixon. She pops that one up. That's straight up to Henry. She turns, locates it, and puts it away. The Lady Wildcats go down quietly. They had second and third with less than 2 outs. They're unable to capitalize. We will go to the bottom of the first. Lauren White on the mound.
Great Rivers Bank offers a totally free checking account without a monthly minimum balance and no service fees. Share the joy of free checking with friends and family, and when they open a new account, you both earn free gifts. You can refer your friends and family now at refergreatriversbank.com. Our current gift is an Everest Journey backpack. Great Rivers Bank will buy back unused checks and debit cards, up to $10 from previous accounts. For more information, visit our website at www.greatriversbank.bank. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Whether you need just one load of rock for your driveway or many more for your farm or business, Lumley Trucking is the answer for all your rock hauling needs. Give Mark at Lumley Trucking a call at 217-473-4006.
Back here in the bottom of the first, Lauren White in the circle for the Lady Wildcats. Lila Simon up to bat. White's first pitch misses low. Simon's at second. She caught a little flare from White to start the game. Wind's picked up a little bit here in the bottom of the first. Lauren's second pitch is in there at the knees for strike 1. Evens the count at 1 apiece. The next one from White misses low. She falls behind 2-1. Pittsfield has Simon, Stamball, and Henry due up. They're 1-2-3. Lauren misses low again. Falls behind 3-1. And you mentioned in the top of the, or maybe it was the pregame show that Pittsfield puts the ball in play a lot. You cannot put runners on against a team like this. Free passes. And gets the strike call on the outside edge.
She didn't like that one.
And that's sometimes when the umpire comes back with the next pitch and says, like this one a little more. That one's fouled off. You'll never guess where it went.
Ooh, got through the mud, though. And the cow has moved on since.
Yeah, he's not very interested in this game. No. 3-2 pitch to Simon. Takes it for strike 3 on the outside corner. Lauren White battles back. Phenomenal pitch out of her. Again, Simon broke towards first, but Lauren catches her looking.
And that's going to bring in Tori Stambaugh. And I'm with you. That's twice that she's kind of taken off, and you definitely don't want to show them up.
That just
early
missed
in the
too.
game.
That was about the same pitch twice. Tickled the outside corner. As you said, brings in stand ball. Lauren throws the first pitch strike, and that's a big key with Lauren. When she's throwing strikes, you are going to struggle to hit her. And it felt like she did a pretty good job at Camp Point throwing strikes. She didn't have a lot of help behind her, but she did her part. And gets a swinging strike, too, on stand ball. Might have taken a little bit off that pitch. Stand ball quickly behind 0-2. Lauren's 0-2 pitch. Just misses low for ball one, and I think Simon from the dugout saying that's the same pitch you rung me up on. Nonetheless, it's a 1-2 count. Way out front. She caught that with just the last tip of the bat head. And about sent it into the Pittsfield dugout. Lauren's going to throw another 1-2 pitch here when she readies herself. Flips the ball a little bit, bounces the chalk off her pants. Her windup and her 1-2 pitch is taken upstairs for ball number 2. You know, I'll say it's so much easier to keep score and talk during this than it is during volleyball.
Oh,
where I'm just trying to guess what's going on, trying to keep track of digs.
It is so fast-paced.
Oh, this is so much better.
Of course, you wouldn't realize, but basketball was the same way for us. It was nonstop.
Yeah, I get a little bit of that feeling.
But it is nice you have a cameraman, so
Absolutely.
that takes that out of the equation.
Lauren missed high with that last pitch. Counts full now. Her full count pitch is taken just low. Stand ball comes back and earns a walk. She'll be at first with 1 out.
Now to bring up Grace Henry.
I think I've seen her on the news a little bit this year, hitting a couple over the fence. I'd like for her to not engage in those activities today.
I think all 3 Henry girls had a game here where
You're
they
correct,
all 3
and the IHSA put something out about it. They can't confirm it, but they think it was the first time that 3 sisters have ever went back to back to back.
Yeah, I believe that's the case. 3 sisters in 1 game.
We'll see if Pittsfield tries to run any. Rachel throws down quickly. Brooklyn misses on the swipe tag, comes back and gets her. She would have been safe if
Either
Brooklyn
way.
would have contacted her, but good throw from Rachel. That pitch was a ball, correct? It
Yes.
was. I could see Rachel's eyes lightening up for an opportunity to throw down there. Lauren's going to miss low now with that one. Falls behind 0-2. Grace Henry's not a hitter that we talked about it, not a hitter you want to fall behind with. She's going to be pretty selective, I would guess.
Very good athlete, that's for sure.
Takes that one low. And White's behind 3-0. And I would say if stand ball wasn't on first, this might be one where you kind of cut your ties and just go ahead and let her get to first. But you really don't want to with already having a runner on first. That one's fouled off. She had the green light on 3-0, and she fouled that one back into the cow pasture again. Does not surprise me, though, she had a green light there.
No, not at all.
And I'm sure Pittsfield was thinking kind of the same way we were with. They're going to give her something to hit. Next pitch, and she hits it hard to Brindley. Brindley comes up with it, goes straight to first. She puts Henry away. Stambaugh is going to advance to second on Brindley's throw across the diamond. Nice play there from Brindley. And maybe a bullet dodge there for the Lady Wildcats.
That's going to bring up Emma Wombles, pitcher for the Saukeys.
And she pops that one up. That's going to be a long run for Woods. We'll see if she has a chance to get it, and she's not going to. A good hustle from her.
Wind kind of pushing it this direction as well. That's a long run for Allie.
She certainly gave it a shot, and if she can't catch it, nobody on Western's going to catch it.
No. She's got to be one of the fastest, that's for sure.
White's 0-1 pitch to Wombles is upstairs for ball one. And look at that lead that Stanball's getting at second, daring a throwdown.
I think McQuay might stay pretty busy tonight, just chasing these runners around. You're going to have to keep them honest.
And almost, I wonder if it's a situation where you almost rely on Dixon to cover a little more tonight, since I'm sure McQuay will be busy.
Good pitch in there from Lauren.
There's a strike, and Lauren's ahead 1-2. Yeah, 1-2.
1-2. You're keeping the score over there.
Just so they tell me, or I tell myself.
Did you bring an extra pin?
Yes, I did.
Okay, good.
I've got about 4 in my car, too. Lauren's 1-2 pitch. Henry takes it down Main Street. That's going to be a backward strikeout For the second time tonight, Wombles goes down looking the same that Simon did. We are going to go to the top of the second. Western will have their 7, 8, 9 due up. That'll be Woods, Westfall, and Fett.
I'm Chris Nichols, Managing Broker and Owner at Ridgeline Sales Group, LLC. Are you interested in buying or selling real estate? With over 100 years of combined managing broker experience, Ridgeline Sales Group has assembled a team that can help you with any of your real estate needs. From first-time homebuyers to seasoned farm investors, we represent buyers and sellers all across West Central Illinois, helping to make their real estate dreams come to life. Give us a call today at 217-285-5800 or jump on our website at ridgelinesalesgroup.com.
To win in sports, you have to adapt your strategy as the game changes. The same is true of investments. Derek Harris, your Edward Jones financial advisor, can review your game plan. Call 217-222-7173 today. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
All right, back with you here. Top of the second inning, it'll be Allison Woods stepping in for the Wildcats. Emma Womble still pitching.
That's a first pitch strike to Allison.
We've lost a pair of sunglasses here in the dugout. I think she stepped on them and broke them.
No, she would never. What are you talking about? Allison takes a hack at that 1 pitch, and it's a strike. Allison's going to have to battle. She's behind 0-2. And she lifts that one into the right center gap. It's going to get down, and Woods is going to have an extra base hit here.
She about takes out the umpire on the way by.
And she goes into second with a slide, and that's a
leadoff double.
You love to see it.
That is huge.
And another runner in scoring position with less than 2 outs. We'll see if Briley Westfall can take advantage.
Briley comes in batting 200 on the year. Of course, she had a big home run up there in Cam Point about a week ago now, wasn't it?
Yeah, I would. You're correct on that.
Still crossing things out here on the sheet, Reese.
Well, you know the best part, we got to this inning, I thought I'd fixed my blunder, and I had still forgotten to write Allison down. So
what you're saying is you didn't give her a double?
She now has a double.
Oh, okay.
And I've got to go through and cross these empty slots out now because I know I'll write in them.
Briley takes a cut at that one. It'll be strike one to her, 1-1 count. I like having Woods on second base, too. If there's a base runner on the team that you want in scoring position with no outs, it's going to be Allie.
Yeah,
and
she
the
has
speed.
the wheels to score on just a little flare. Briley hits that one off the glove of our third baseman.
They're going to send Allie home.
And she's going to score a little stand-up slide. She never actually slid.
No.
That's going to be a RBI. I'm going to give that an RBI for Briley. I don't think that was necessarily a routine play.
No, that was an RBI. I would say an RBI single probably.
I might even give it. I think it's a double because
she might have been there.
That ball's. I mean, that's then the left fielder's play to come in and make, but that's going to be an RBI for Briley.
I like it. Let's go RBI double. Western strikes first. And how about Fessler putting the bat on the ball?
Ooh, and Westfall breaks late. And that throw is going to go over the head of Gangler. They're going to send Westfall. No, she throws on the brakes.
Good decision. Good decision to hold her back. Fessler puts her. You know, anytime you put your bat on the ball, that's what I'm always preaching to the kids. A strikeout just never does you anything.
It gives you a chance.
Sometimes little commotion started. Fessler moves her from second to third. That's going to bring up top of the lineup in Lauren White. That happened so fast, I hadn't even updated anything.
Well, you're never going to believe that I screwed up again.
That
was first pitch swinging from Ava too, wasn't it?
Yes. White's going to swing at that one.
That was hit to the shortstop as well, right?
It was.
6-3 with an E3.
At least I think it was.
You're right, because Gangler stayed at the base. She never.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to bunt with Lauren, and she bunts that one foul, and she's behind 0-2.
Briley on third base. 1 out here in the top of the second.
0-2 pitch to White. She's going to pop that one up. That's going to be a really tough play. Westfall better be ready to go, and that's just going to get over the head. Falk kind of in the Bermuda Triangle, and that's probably better for Pittsfield. They didn't catch that because Briley was going to score. Nobody.
Yeah, and that would have been a tough to get spun around. And
both Simon and Henry had their back turned to the infield there. That would have been a very tough play for them to make. Another 0-2 pitch to White. She hits that one hard in the hole between second and third. That's going to be an RBI single for the pitcher, Lauren White. And Western's ahead 2-0. Nice little piece of hitting there out of Lauren.
Brings up Brenly.
Kevin Brinley up with a runner on. Takes that one low.
She drew a walk her first time up.
She's ahead 1-0 in the count as well. The next pitch to her, I think she just fouled it off, and she did.
Right off a hit on Grace Henry there. Maybe on her foot or something, kind of bounced away. Looked painful.
Everything looks painful sitting over here.
It does. Makes me thankful I'm sitting over here.
Every day. Counts even at 1-1. And this pitch is fouled off by Brinley, and you'll never, ever guess where she fouled it off to.
To the swamp, didn't it?
To the swamp.
Yep.
Might find Shrek down there.
2 strikes on McQuay.
Lauren would be a candidate to run. And Brinley's going to take that for strike number 3. Womble's first strikeout of the game. And it'll leave it up to Rachel McMullen.
2 outs, runner on.
Wildcats put 2 across already this inning. That's courtesy of 3 hits and an error from Pittsfield. Pitch is upstairs. 4-1. And I know you never want to potentially take the bat out of Rachel's hands, but again, an opportunity to run here. Give Rachel a chance to where a single scores a run.
Yep.
But at the same time, you saw what she did her last at bat. That would maybe score Lauren. Lauren is very fast.
Especially if you're running on contact. You know, McQuay had to kind of hold up last time.
Yep, just give it that little glance to see if it was going to get down.
Yeah.
Rachel's a great candidate for a 2-out base hit. She takes it low. Lauren's getting that little secondary lead more and more each time. Hitters count for Rachel. 2-1's a great opportunity to drive it. And she's going to do just that. Rachel drives that one into the right center gap. Lauren's on the move. She rounds second. She's going through third. They're going to send her all the way. It's going to be a bang, bang play at the plate. She's in there safely as the ball bounces away from Henry. White gets up and steps on the plate. She is safe.
Not necessarily the contact you want to see your pitcher make at the plate.
And I can hear Lauren already.
She
has been banged up all season long, sliding into home. It's going to happen again as the Wildcats jump out to a 3-0 lead. McMullen's been flirting with the wall all night, and she hits it there for the second time. Another double for Rachel.
Let's take a second look at that on the Sullivan Auctioneers instant replay. McMullen with a double to the wall scores White.
And you could see about Lauren halfway between second and third. It was going to be a play, and Lauren's speed prevails. Brooklyn takes that first pitch for a strike. That's a great piece of base running from Lauren as well.
And she was on it off contact. She was sprinting.
Hopefully she doesn't go back and listen so she doesn't hear me say it, but she is pretty fast. I will give her that.
She is pretty fast.
And now she's got a little cushion to work with in the mound, but inning's not over yet. Western's 4-hitter Brooklyn Stolte up with a runner in scoring position. Brooklyn's had a knack for 2-out hits. And she's going to roll over on that one. Right back to Womble. She comes up firing, and they're going to put Brooklyn away at first, but not before the Lady Wildcats come through with 3 runs on 4 hits, and thanks to a Pittsfield throwing error, they lead 3-0 as we head to the bottom of the second.
Finding that missing shin guard, remembering whether it's a home or away game, getting the right kid to the right playing field on the right day. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple so you can worry about more important things, like not being that fan. Oh, come on, ref! That's simple human sense.
Give Devin at Goalie and Heckler Insurance a call today at 217-335-2817. Let us stand between you and loss. Liberty Tax Service of Quincy, Hannibal, Pittsfield, and Macomb are proud supporters of TA Productions. Give them a call today at 217-224-2300 or stop by any of their locations.
That first pitch is a swing and strike to Dipple. She's in right field tonight. She's the 5-hitter for the Lady Sockies, and she takes strike number 2. Big spot here for Lauren. Western comes out, puts up 3. Can she come out and slam the door real quick and really give Western a chance to come up and hit again?
Yeah, and I like seeing Lauren start, throwing strikes.
She gets right to work there, sits her down on 3 pitches. Her 3rd strikeout already of the night. Want to talk about grabbing momentum, or I guess holding on to momentum.
Yeah.
We've kind of ragged on the bottom of the lineup all year for Western. That rally started with a double from Woods, a double from Westfall, and then a productive ground out from Ava Fessler. Brings in Emma Henry. She's the first baseman, and that first pitch will get to the backstop.
Listening to the cheers from the Pittsfield dugout.
They're definitely lively over there. And they're off to, as we said, a really good start this year, 9-2-1 start. Lauren evens the count up, 1-1. And this could be a case, too, not taking anything away from the Lady Wildcats, but is Pittsfield potentially looking ahead to a matchup with Carlinville on
tomorrow night?
Yeah. A great opportunity for the Lady Wildcats to take advantage as Henry pops that one well foul of Pittsfield's third base dugout.
Landed down there by that minivan, and my truck's not parked too far from that.
I saw you got prime real estate.
I did. But when you're here early.
Well, as you said, you showed up when the kids were coming out to the buses.
Yeah.
I heard you're getting a call later from Todd Fox.
It's possible that I drove where I shouldn't have drove at 3:40, 3:38, whatever time it was.
Pitch to Henry is up and away for ball 2. Lauren's going to throw a 2-2 pitch here on the windup, and she's going to miss upstairs. Henry wanted to go but held up, and we're full. Big pitch here. We've talked about a 1-2-3 inning, what that could mean for the Lady Wildcats. Lauren's pitch is grounded foul of 3rd. Briley picks it up, tosses it back to Lauren.
Nice little backhand over there from Briley.
And Briley's played a really good third base, all things considered, so far this year. Another full count pitch. Hit hard, just past McQuay, and out to Bar Eyes and left. She gets it in quickly, and they're going to hold Emma Henry to a single, but a hard hit ball from Henry.
And that'll be the first hit for Pittsfield on the night.
That's the second time I've almost called her Henley.
Henley?
Henley. Henry's one-out singles, going to bring in Peebles. Taylor Peebles, that is. She's in left field. She showed off her cannon in the bottom of the first, keeping that run from scoring. And they're daring her to throw down. Ball's going to get away from Stolte, but Woods doing her job, backing it up.
Yeah, Woods did a good job being there. How about Dixon paying attention? She knew that everybody knew that throw was going to come, and she was sprinting that way too.
Tell the Wildcats are on their toes. What? That was a first pitch swing and strike, I think.
It was.
You can always see when Rachel gets that look that she's throwing down. That misses upstairs. That was the Lady Saki's first hit of the night. And it was well worth it to do with how hard Henry hit it. That misses just low from White. Taylor Peebles, she's the left fielder for Pittsfield, and she's ahead 2-1 in the count. And she flares that one. Stolte makes a jumping play at it and makes a great catch going back. That's one where she was battling the outfield grass, turning in back into the dirt, and she made a great catch on it.
That's going to bring out the DH, Josie McClintock, or the DP, I guess.
And some more, another weak, a little bit of weak contact. First pitch, strike. She's hitting for Gerard, the third baseman. And she lifts that one foul down the third base line. Well hit, though, but significantly out in front of it. She's behind 0-2.
Be big right here to get out. Strand Henry at first base.
Yes, and then another big thing, you would start the top or bottom of the third with the 9-hole hitter up, and you're thinking you could put her away. That gives you an out before you get to the top of the lineup. Nonetheless, White's 0-2 pitch. Bounces to McMullen. Rachel throws down again. Henry's back.
Allison getting a workout in right field.
Yeah, Allison's asking Henry if she can stop doing that. Her kind of cheating over for that backup's led to a big gap out there in right center. White misses up with that one. Counts even at 2. It's been fun so far. Through 1 2/3 of an inning.
Very exciting and kind of a slow pace. We might be in for the long haul here.
And White's gonna strike her out on the 5th pitch of the at-bat. Western sits down the Lady Sakis after Henry with a hard hit single into left. They do no more damage. White with 4 strikeouts so far on the evening. We go to the top of the third.
This broadcast powered by Tiger Hawk Technologies, empowering your business with reliable IT solutions.
Drake's Steak and Ale in Hannibal is the ultimate destination for steak lovers, serving the best tender, juicy fillets and hearty, savory ribeyes. Our talented chefs will prepare each entree to your liking. We offer an extensive menu and a full-service bar for your enjoyment. We also offer catering service for corporate events, weddings, or intimate gatherings. Come dine with us. Our hours are Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 8, Friday, 11 to 9, and Saturday, 2 to 9.
We're back, top of the third. Sophie Reneker's leading off, and she's going to foul the first pitch off to the backstop.
Sophie comes up with 1 walk in her first at bat.
Wildcats lead 3-0, thanks to an RBI double from Westfall, an RBI single from White, and then another RBI double from McMullen. She takes the second one for a strike. That's a good pitch from Wombles there. Threw it hard. And we're going to see the 0-2 pitch from Wombles to Reneker. Sophie takes it low and away. Sophie, of course, threw Monday against Minden Unity. She threw a no-hitter. I asked her about it today at school, and she said it was no big deal. I'm not going to tell you what she said next. But the 1-2 pitch to her is taken low.
If I know Soph,
the most nonchalant.
yep, she wasn't impressed with herself.
She was not. And she also had some choice words to say about her competition, and I'm just going to leave it at that.
Yeah.
2-2 pitch to Sophie. She chases it low for a swinging strike 3. She's the first out of the top of the third. That's Womble's second strikeout of the evening. Her first swinging. And you know, on my whole score sheet here, it has everything that I could want. It somehow does not have strikeouts, so I'm going to have to start keeping track of my own.
That brings up Emma Dixon. She's 0 for 1.
She'll take the first pitch for a ball.
Popped out to the catcher to end the first inning, right?
You would be correct.
Man, it's good for me to have a memory like that at my age.
You act like you're old. She's going to chase, or not chase that pitch, but swing at that pitch for strike 1. One pitch to Dixon. She offers that and goes behind 1-2. She's the six-hole hitter for the Lady Wildcats. We mentioned it earlier, but she had an awfully big hit against Pleasant Hill. It was all Western needed in that affair. Her 1-2 pitch. She's going to hit that one on a line too short, but it's put away by the shortstop stand ball.
Brings up Allison Woods. She had that double there in the second inning to lead off.
She hit that one awfully. Sorry, Emma, that was. Didn't hit that one weakly.
It is really hard to follow your paper over there with all these scribbles.
I work on an intellectual level different than most can even comprehend, can begin to comprehend. One time they asked if even Albert Einstein, if he was still alive, could understand what I'm talking about.
I believe it.
For better or for worse. Allie
that one hit Allie. You
yeah.
could see it from our angle. A lot of times we don't have the angle where you get to see that side.
You can certainly see it there. Might have been a benefit for Pittsfield there. That was going to be a tough play for Henry or Wombles to throw Woods out.
Chris Dewar in the house tonight. So make sure to watch some highlights later. I see him down there down the third base line.
Well, I heard he's got this new segment where he talks about the best broadcasters in the area, and we weren't nominated.
We were nominated?
Weren't.
Oh,
no, that's a complete joke.
Yeah.
Woods is up 2-1. She doubled in her first at bat. She's going to foul that one off and over the close-in seating. Really one of the nicest ballparks you play in all year, though. Pittsfield has a phenomenal facility over here. Well fenced in area behind home plate. Good concession stand area and great seating. Ava Fessler staring at us. Probably should be staring at the pitcher as Woods hits a towering fly ball to left center. It is no problem
for Gerard.
She's going to put that one away. We'll go to the bottom of the third. Western still leading 3-0 over Pittsfield.
Central State Bank is a proud supporter of Western Wildcat Athletics. With locations in Kinderhook, Pleasant Hill, Pittsfield, Quincy, and Clayton, Central State Bank is central to your banking needs. Stop in or visit us online at csb123.com. Go Wildcats! Keep your car or light truck running at its best. Head for Nomad Services at 325 Vermont in Quincy. Nomad Services Incorporated is a full-service automotive repair shop specializing in automotive and light truck repair and service. Whether it's that check engine light, an electrical problem, steering, suspension, or climate control, give them a call today at 217-430-6170 or visit Nomad Services at 325 Vermont in Quincy.
Back in the bottom of the third, Pittsfield's going to have Gengler, their third baseman and 9-hitter, leading off. She's going to try to bunt her way on. Lauren chases it, pitches it to first, not in time. Gengler shows off her wheels. Not a bad play, all things considered. I think White sort of broke home to start, then realized it had a little more life to it and chased it down.
Yeah, kind
A
of caught
great
the
bunt,
Wildcats off guard there a little bit.
Great bunt.
Good for Pittsfield here to have a base runner with nobody out, and Gingler is very quick. She's a sophomore. That brings up Lila Simon, leadoff hitter, right?
Yep, and that's going to be a first pitch strike from White. Start bringing White out with me.
Wide out.
Another bunt attempt and another great bunt. Lauren fields this one. Oh, and they're going to say Emma didn't have it. I certainly think she had it in her glove. She trapped it between. The umpire disagrees. In our opinion, doesn't matter.
And that's one there where you don't throw down to third when the runner's already there.
Yep.
And you keep that runner at first.
The umpire had no view there, but Lauren had that ball Emma had that ball trapped, but she had no angle to see, and that's going to be an unfortunate break for Western. Another bunt single for Pittsfield. And we're going to get a little bit of a ask here from Coach Motley. She's going to ask the field umpire, who had no view of it at all. Emma's glove was turned in a
No,
way
but if she can appeal to home and ask.
And it certainly appeared.
But I believe that the home plate umpire, his job is to say, was her foot on the base or not?
Sure.
It's up to the field ump to then say if the ball beat her or not.
Sure. And it certainly appeared to us that the ball was trapped between her glove and her hand. She did, in fact, have control of it, but it was on the ground, but she did possess the ball between her bare hand and her glove.
Yeah. We had an excellent angle at that. What are we, 15, 20 feet away from
if
the
that,
play?
we had the best view here. I doubt it's going to get overturned, but that's just a tough break for the Lady Wildcats.
Yeah.
Tough break. One that easily could have gone either way, but again, our field umpire didn't have the best view from where she was at. And as goes the game sometime, but Western's going to have to rebound quickly. 2 bunt singles gives Tori Stanball 2 runners in scoring position and nobody out. That was Pittsfield's second and third hit of the night, and neither of them even made it past the pitching circle. Brings in Stanball. She walked her first time up and then was stranded at second. She's going to try to bunt 2. That ball gets straight to the backstop. Gengler's going to have no problem scoring, and Pittsfield quickly adds 1 run to their previously 0-run total. And Simon's going to move up to third there as well on that wild pitch.
Couple unfortunate breaks here early in the third, or
Absolutely.
late in the third inning, I guess.
And this is an opportunity for Western to just regain their composure.
Yeah,
I mean,
battle back a little bit here.
White's 1-0 pitch hits Stanball and is going to put her on first base. And Pittsfield's going to have the corners with nobody out.
And Grace Henry. Not the one you want to see coming up if you're a Western
Not
fan.
at all.
Gonna have to pitch to her. Stanball looks to be okay. Plunked her pretty good.
Yeah. Right in the front leg
Yeah.
to the right-handed hitter. White's going to just miss upstairs.
And if you might be seeing what I'm seeing, but every time they've shown bunt, our corners we're just slow reacting.
Not getting in nearly quick enough,
No.
and I mean that's kind of been the result. Both of those balls that Lawrence had to field necessarily shouldn't have been hers. And all of a sudden we're tied up as Grace Henley drills one off the left center wall. She's going to go into second. We're going to have a bang-bang play here. Western's not going to get the ball in quick enough. And they're going
That was one we had her there in second. She was
dead in the water, and I think Brindley turned to her infield and said, somebody's got to tell me. I have my back turned. I don't know that. And she certainly has a right to be frustrated there. And all of a sudden, we're tied at 3, and there's still nobody out. Emma Wombles, the pitcher, is due up.
3 runs on 4 hits for Pittsfield here. They have 1 hit coming into this inning, so they have 3 hits and 3 runs.
And that was really the first hard-hit ball of the inning. That's taken low.
Emma Wombles up to bat here for the Sockies. Chance to help herself. And she is the pitcher.
And that ball's hit to right. Woods is under it. They're needing to get it in, and they're finally going to do it. And we got very lucky there that
That's
the
one
runner
where- yeah.
second. I mean, even if you're throwing it all the way through, that ball's got to come into the infield.
Yeah, immediately you got to be catch it, no.
That's going to be in F9, though. Fly out to right. Bringing in Dipple. She struck out swinging her first plate appearance.
We've got a pinch runner out there on second base for Henry. It is number 5.
And that's kind of one of those where I wonder if Henry was in. She would have realized the situation and maybe
And
taken
tagged
third.
up. It's
Kind of
gonna
an
be
advantage you get.
Piper Chaplin out there.
That pitch is fouled away by Dipple. Counts even at 1-1. Dipple's in right. Lauren's 1-1 pitch is offered at 4, strike 2.
I don't even know why I try to look around all the coaches when I could just watch it on TV.
You know, I'm now just waiting to see the swing, and then I kind of judge based on if I think it's a strike. Lauren's ahead 1-2. She's already struck out 4. I'm sure she'd love to make it 5 and give her a chance with Emma Henry. And she's going to do just that. Strikes out Dipple, swinging for the second time tonight. A good rebound there from Lauren after 3 hits for, and I apologize, I told you wrong. Pittsfield has 3 hits this inning.
Yeah.
3 hits and a hit by pitch.
Yeah, 3 hits and 3 runs. 2 down. That'll bring Emma Henry up.
The pitch is low from Lauren. And you would guess that about anything into the outfield might just score pinch runner at second base. I'm sure she's in for her speed. Lauren's pitch to Henry. She skies that one out to Alyssa Bar-Eyes in left. She sprints in. She's under it and is going to put Emma Henry away. We're going to go to the top of the 4th inning. Pittsfield answers back with 3 hits of their own, and they tie us at 3.
Hi, I'm JR. This is Tiger Hawk.
From phone to email to covering your IT department, Tiger Hawk is here to fulfill Quincy's IT needs. In a digitally evolving world, your IT and security must be top of mind. Tiger Hawk is here to prioritize and manage these spaces for you. But don't take my word for it.
Tiger Hawk Technologies to me means our IT is taken care of and we have peace of mind sleeping at night. The one thing I love about Tiger Hawk is I can get a hold of somebody 24/7, 365 and get our problem solved immediately.
Are you interested in buying or selling real estate? Megan Wilson, your local agent with Hometown Real Estate and Pioneer Land Sales, can help. Call her today at 217-257-9401.
Today's broadcast brought to you by Drake's Steak and Ale, Great Rivers Bank, and Nomad Services Incorporated. All right, top of the 4th inning here. It'll be Briley Westfall.
What a crooked number here. Briley's going to dribble that one to Henry at first. She finally picks it up. I think she was almost teasing Briley there for a second.
Good
Just
hustle
inviting
down.
her to run a little more.
And that'll bring up Ava Fessler.
It's another put out for Henry. She's had a couple of those slow ground balls hit to her.
What's Fessler got here on the day, Reese?
She grounded out to the shortstop, and then Western advanced the base on the throwing error. And the first pitch strike to Fessler. She's the 9-hole hitter. She's the designated player. Batting for Alyssa Barres, who made the final play in the bottom of the 3rd. Fessler hits that one hard. Diving play from Simon. She's not able to come up with it. And Fessler's going to get into first.
And that's going to be an E4.
Yeah, tough play, but one that Simon, I know would tell you that she should make.
That'll bring up top of the lineup Lauren White. Good to have Fessler on base.
Absolutely.
That's twice now Ava's hit the ball hard.
First pitch strike to Lauren. That's Pittsfield's second error. Lauren had a hard hit single between the second and third baseman, her first at bat, and that's going to be a called strike two. Lauren's going to have to battle and protect. White's going to do just that. Battles that one off. And over to our solo cow hanging out back there. I'm sure Pittsfield's going to be a little frustrated with themselves. 2 errors in 4 innings for a team that's 9-2-1. Lauren fouls that one off the backstop.
What was their second error, or their first error?
That was the throwing error across the diamond. They threw over the third baseman's head.
Oh, yeah.
And I say threw over the third baseman's head, almost threw it into the off the field.
Yeah, that was how we scored there in the first.
Yep. And White takes that one up. They're going to throw down. Her foot's just in safely. I think it was the right call, but it was close. Job by Ava there to get back. Gets her foot in there. A 1-2 pitch to Lauren. She swings and misses at that for Womble's third strikeout of the night. 2 outs brings in Brindley McQuay. She walked her first time and then struck out looking in her second appearance.
If I'm, well, I'm not, but if I was coaching, and the way Ava's hitting the bat or the ball, I'd be pinch running Alyssa for her because DP Flex can switch anytime they want.
That's
so with Ava batting for
that'd be
Alyssa,
really smart, and Alyssa would score on something into the gap.
Right.
Certainly
I was just sitting here thinking about it on the
leadoff.
leadoff.
Yeah, I think we've seen that before with other teams this season.
They are interchangeable.
Brindley takes that one just low for ball 2. She's been very selective so far. She had a full count walk her first appearance, fouled off 3 pitches, and then struck out looking her second time. The 2-0 pitch, that one's in there for a strike. Nearly the same pitch, but about an inch higher. Maybe not even an inch. She's ahead 2-1 still. Great hitter's count for her. Great opportunity to hit one onto the baseball field. She fouls that one off her back foot. Counts even, 2-2. There's 2 outs. There's a runner on first. There's a red-hot Rachel McMullen on deck. I'm sure Pittsfield would love to see her with nobody on to lead off the 5th.
I like to see Brindley hit one here.
And she
or draw the walk, either way.
Count full. Anything that gives Rachel an opportunity to hit with 2 runners on, I'd love to see that.
And like we talked about off air, if you're Pittsfield, do you keep pitching to Rachel?
It's certainly enticing to give her a free
pass. But if you have
pass.
Base runners on first and second, you're pitching.
It's tough because then you've got Brooklyn, who's proven to be a great 2-out hitter so far this year. The 3-2 pitch to Brindley. She takes that for her second walk of the day. Ava's going to advance to second on the walk, and Brindley's down to first. And look who it is up with 2 outs and 2 runners on. Brindley has worked some at-bats today. Rachel's doubled off the left center wall. She's doubled off the right center wall. I think she's going to homer over the center field wall.
Wind blowing straight in. That's a great call.
Blowing, as I said, then she fouls the first pitch off and over the backstop. I mean, you can attest to it. The second I started talking, the wind started blowing.
It did, right then.
Rachel's a great hitter in any count. See if she gets something to drive on 0-1. Takes it away for ball 1.
Just outside. That's a good spot to live. If I'm Emma pitching here, painting the corners.
Even though there are runners on first and second, if I'm Emma Wombles, I'm just going to nibble the outside of the zone. I'm probably not wanting to give Rachel much to
look for a chase ball.
I mean, she's one of the best hitters in the area. She'll take that one low, and she's very selective too. You see that with Rachel every single game. She will wait for her pitch, even if she battles off maybe 4 or 5 pitches. She is very selective for the one that she wants, and that's a lot of commitment and a lot of time working with her hitting coach.
She has put in a lot of time over the last couple of years, that is for sure.
She gets a 2-1 pitch and just
looks a little off speed.
Misses it. You're exactly right on that. She just a little bit off speed on that one, and pitcher mixes with the timing. She's going to get a 2-2 opportunity to hit. Big spot for Rachel. She's came through twice already. And she delivers again, hits another one down the left field line. It's going to get all the way to the wall. Ava scores, rounding second. Brindley gets into third base, and she is going to stop there. And I cannot believe that they gave her that good of a pitch to hit in a 2-2 count. Wow.
We're going to take a second look at that.
Rachel delivers again. Big-time hit after big-time hit so far.
And all three of them, about a one-hopper to the fence, all three of them. And they've been line drives.
She's hit the ball well.
Exactly what you want to see happen. And now Stolte comes up.
Ava and Brindley hopped on their horse and ended up scoring and then at third respectively. Gives Brooklyn an opportunity as she watches an inside pitch for strike one.
Western takes the lead.
This has been a fun one so far.
Good to see them battle back. You know, after giving up the third inning, they gave up. You kind of wonder. Momentum changes.
And you're exactly right, battle back, and they're in an opportunity. I've raved on Brooklyn a couple times here and her ability to hit with 2 outs. She's got another opportunity.
Base hit anywhere here.
And Brooklyn's so beyond due for an extra base hit. She takes that one low. You know, I've got a theory that I've maybe shared with you before, and it applies to everything in life. You're either hot or you're due. And I would go ahead and say Brooklyn's way overdue. The 2-1 pitch to Brooklyn. She flares that one into right field. Brindley's going to score standing up. They send Rachel a misplay in right. Brooklyn cruises into second. An two RBI single, and she's going to advance on the fielding error in right field. And what did I just tell you? She was due.
That is perfect. She looks thrilled out there on second base, let me tell you.
What a time for that from Brooklyn. Big time hitting for the Lady Wildcats all around. They've hit so well with 2 outs today. They're up 6-3 all of a sudden. Pittsfield answered with 3 of their own. Western responds right back with 3 as well. That's going to score as a single to right, and then an advancement to second on an E9, a fielding error in right field by the right fielder, Dipple. Just a slight misplay, too, and it costed him. And Brooklyn, it was a great piece of base running from Brooklyn. She rounded first hard. The second she saw the misplay, she advanced to second. Brings it Sophie. She swings at one upstairs for strike number 1.
Sophie's 0 for 1 on the day. Got a walk there in the first inning. And Soph's due as well. You know, early in this, especially those first couple of games, I don't know how many balls she hit to the outfield.
I'd like to see her hit her first varsity home run, personally.
I'm all for it.
Western's got 3 runs on only 2 hits this inning.
And all this with 2 outs.
A lot of 2-out rallying. Brindley, Ava, and Sophie bounces that one under the glove of the third baseman into left field. They're going to send Brooklyn. We're going to have a play at the plate, and she is caught in no man's land. Gets into a rundown. Pittsfield executing the rundown well to the third baseman.
Yeah,
there was a slide interference.
Yeah.
And we're going to score.
Yeah, definitely interference, and the home plate umpire has missed it.
They're going to talk about this. That run by rule scores. Sophie should be.
No, Brooklyn was the only runner.
But Sophie should stay.
They should have obstruction here as Brooklyn turned and ran into the catcher. And in that case.
Yeah, it's the catcher's responsibility to get out of the way.
Yes.
Immediately after. And that should result. That should result in a run scoring for Western.
And it's not going to. They missed that as well.
Another break that falls against Western. And we're going to go to the bottom of the fourth. Western responds with 3 runs of their own on 3 hits.
Barry Dental Care is the answer to all your dental needs. From fillings to root canals or denture work, they have you taken care of. They also offer orthodontic work. Give them a call today at 217-335-2397 to schedule your appointment.
Are you in the market for a new home but can't find what you want? A&D Builders has been designing and building custom homes since 2004. They are also your local installer for in-ground pools. Give them a call today at 217-440-5930 for all your building needs.
We are back here in the bottom of the fourth, and I missed that first pitch, but it was a ball to Taylor Peebles, the right fielder. That's a strike out of Lauren. The 1-1 pitch is bounced down the third baseline. Briley makes the smart decision to field it in foul territory. And Lauren gets ahead 1-2. Lauren struck out 5. She's caught 2 looking and made 3 of them swing for their third strike. And that's going to be number 6, another strikeout swinging. This one is Taylor Peebles. That brings in Josie McClintock. She's the designated player. And she also struck out swinging her first trip. Takes ball 1 upstairs. You know, I only made 10 slots for strikeouts on here. Lauren might make me have to make a new line. More lines below.
Well, you're going to have to get a new piece of paper out.
Well, that's long gone. That's going to be
a strike.
A strike. And McClintock way out in front. Fouls that left of third base. And we'll see if that run proves to be crucial as we move on there. Still referencing the end of the top of the fourth inning. A 1-2 pitch from White to McClintock. And she fouls that one off, staying alive. Is that Johnny Cash? Staying alive. Bump, bump, bump.
I don't know.
Bump. Staying alive.
Here you are
Staying
again.
alive. Another 1-2 pitch from Lauren to McClintock. Off-speed pitch, strikes her out swinging. Lauren's 7th strikeout of the evening. The second time McClintock's went down swinging herself. Lauren has been very, very, very good so far. Certainly rebounded from the bottom of the third inning. That is
Sophie Gingler up to bat.
Is that fouled off?
That was, yes. It's really hard to see where we're at.
Yeah, we
really is.
What was once a great seat.
Although I have a good little
You
hold
do.
here.
You have a little. I can see the ball once it goes across the plate. A swing and strike, too. On White's quickly ahead 0-2. And another opportunity after Western puts up a crooked number to come out and shut Pittsfield down 1-2-3. And she's a strike away from doing just that. Lauren readies herself. Her windup, 0-2 pitch, is low for ball number 1. Lauren still has a couple pitches to play with here. Her next pitch is up and away for ball number 2.
Right here, Red, you got it.
Reese is standing. He just can't sit still.
The 2-2 pitch from Lauren is offered at for strike 3. Lauren strikes out the side swinging. That is her 8th strikeout of the evening. No problem retiring Pittsfield's 7, 8, and 9 hitters. We head to the top of the 5th. Emma Dixon to lead off for the Lady Wild.
Lister Auction Service does estate, consignment, and real estate auctions. Contact Bob or Megan today for all your auction needs.
We're back, top of the 5th. Emma Dixon leading off. She's popped out to the catcher, and she lined out to the shortstop. The first pitch she sees is fouled off the backstop. Emma's played a reliable second base this year. I don't know if she's had a single error all year.
Not one that I can think of.
Very steadying force for her. And she unloads on that one, but it's hit straight to the center fielder, who I think broke one step in, then took one step back and made the play. That was Gerard out there in center. I'm not going to lie to you off the bat. I thought that might find a gap, but it was hit straight to center.
Brings up Allison Wood. She's got a double on the day.
She was the first runner to score for the Lady Wildcats today. Yep, that's the correct call to the umpire. It was close, but she did break the plate with her hands. And it's a good call. The 0-1 pitch to Allison is offered at and missed. She's behind 0-2. So far for Western, well, never mind. That first inning's the outlier. I was going to say, if they go down in order here, it's either going to be score 3 runs or go down in order, but that first inning begs to differ. And she's going to chase one upstairs for a swinging strike 3. That is the 4th strikeout of the night for Wombles, the 3rd one she's induced swinging.
2 down here, top of the 5th. Briley Westfall steps in. She's got a double on the day as well. Wildcats with 7 hits, 3 of them are McMullen. I think everybody else has 1.
Yeah,
the other 4 are spread around.
All of Rachel's have been very timely, too.
I think we have, 5 doubles on the day? Briley's got 1, Allison's got 1, and Rachel has 3.
You are correct, yeah. Yep, 3 hits from Rachel, and then 4 from the rest of the Lady Wildcats as Briley chases that one low. And she's quickly behind 0-2. And Wombles hasn't thrown a ball yet this inning.
No, very efficient. I was about to say that to you.
And this is what Pittsfield needed, though, after a couple mental blunders so far. 0-2 pitch to Briley. Misses away.
And that's Emma's 100th pitch on the day here in the 5th inning.
She certainly had a couple innings where she has had to work her tail off. I mean, we didn't score in the first, but had the bases loaded. And Briley's going to swing and miss at that pitch. She will go down swinging for Womble's 5th strikeout. We're going to head to the bottom of the 5th. Pittsfield's going to have 1, 2, 3, Simon Stanball and Grace Henry due up.
This broadcast powered by Tiger Hawk Technologies, empowering your business with reliable IT solutions.
The Place offers Lotus drinks, hand-dipped ice creams, milkshakes, and much more. They are located on the corner of Mortimer and Decatur Street in Barry. TA Productions would like to thank Bushmeyer Farms, Milky's Place, Western Collision Center, The Puppy Parlor, and Tacos Tequila for being sponsors of today's broadcast. All right, back here with you. Bottom of the fifth. Lila Simon batting for the Saukies. Reese had to step away here for just a second as he fixes a contact issue, and he is pulling her out. That one in there for a strike, 1-1 count. They've decided not to update our scoreboard here in-house. And that one into the dirt. Two and one here to Simon. She's going to foul that back. It'll be back here in the swamp.
All right, I think we're ready to roll.
And some little boy went flying right through the mud, but he's going to make the play.
Sure, mom and dad are thrilled.
Yeah, he tripped and fell, too, as he drug his foot in the mud.
Ooh, she almost offered at that if she was backing out of the way.
We've got a full count here.
Thank you. Thank you for
On
covering that. I had a
Simon.
little contact miscue in between innings. Count's full. First pitch to Simon. She hits that one straight up in the air. Lauren says it's mine. Brooklyn says it's mine. Brooklyn comes in. She takes it and puts it away. Good decision there by Lauren to let her infield take that. That's always a tough play for the pitcher, even though Lauren
angle.
would tell you, I'm an outfielder. I want to catch the fly ball.
Yeah.
Good decision out of her.
That's going to bring up Tori Stambaugh. What's she done on the day here?
Tori Stambaugh has walked, and she's been hit by a pitch.
Oh, I remember that. So that one in the dirt.
Stambaugh's the two-hitter. She plays shortstop for Pittsfield.
You know, we set it off air, but getting Stambaugh and Simon out, keeping them off the bases before Henry could be one of the biggest things left to do here in the game if you're Lauren White.
And you especially mentioned it. If Lauren's efficient here, she could realistically go 1-2-3, 1-2-3, 1-2-3, and the top of the lineup doesn't bat again.
Yeah, and even if she puts one runner on somewhere, maybe you can avoid seeing Grace Henry a second time in the bottom of the seventh.
With potentially the tying run on base.
Yeah.
Yeah, all things considered, I think that's probably the best outcome. Brooklyn is very far in here for Stambaugh's at bat. That one bounces into Rachel's glove. Stambaugh's got a hitter's count here, ahead 3-1. She's walked, and she got hit by a pitch. She's going to take strike two. Good pitch there from Lauren. That was Lauren's 82nd pitch of the night. That ball's lifted foul towards left field. Alyssa gave it a shot, but that was a long run for her. Realistically, not a play that's going to be made. It wasn't popped up high enough for anybody to get to.
I would have liked to seen her get to that one.
I know you would have.
That's the dad in me.
And that's one where, I mean, that's almost no man's.
Yeah.
Obviously, professional sports are different. That's one where you see the shortstop, third base.
That's what I was about to say. You almost have the
converging.
best chance if you're coming out from short.
And Stambaugh takes that one low for ball four. She's on first base. And more importantly for Pittsfield, let's Grace Henry hit with a runner on base.
It's kind of clouded up here the last 30 minutes or so.
I'm not necessarily complaining, though.
No,
Wind completely died down.
Feels great.
Until we come up to bat, then the wind really picks up. Henry doubled in her first plate appearance. She tied the game at 3 for Pittsfield before Western answered back with 3 of their own in the top of the 4th. Heck of a, well, never mind, it didn't go over the fence.
Jason White, Coach White down there at third, aired one out, and he was right there.
That was a foul ball from the JV baseball game next to us that made its way over. There's few guarantees in life. One guarantee is Grace Henry's going to hit the ball hard somewhere. It might not be for a hit, but she's going to hit it on a line. If you remember in the bottom of the first, she hit one on a hop to Brindley, who fielded it cleanly and made a nice throw over to first.
Lauren challenged her there with the first one.
And now they've got a
Rachel's
runner
gotta
to
get
run
her.
down here.
Rachel's
This is a big
gonna-
spot.
Oh, she got her back. She got back in time.
That's one where I think you'd like to see Rachel just throw it earlier and trust the infielders there to
Yes.
engage in a rundown. Because even if it does go to Brooklyn and she breaks for second, Brooklyn grabs that ball. Brindley's at second base.
Yep. Yeah, and then Rachel's already here to be in line at first base,
and then you really kill some momentum for Pittsfield. Pitch misses low for ball 2, and all of a sudden Henry's ahead 2-1 in the count. Stand ball at first. Henry in the box. And she loops that one to Brindley, who initially broke out to left field. Now she looks up. Ball is going to get away from Dixon. And on the throwing air from McQuay, Stambaugh is going to advance to second. And that's a mistake that's going to drive the Lady Wildcats crazy. Brindley made a nice play, and then maybe one where I don't think Stambaugh was going to go. She could have maybe just jogged into the infield with it.
it's going to bring up the pitcher, Emma Wobbles. I'm thinking Emma's
0 for 2.
0
She
for
struck
2 on
out,
the
she's
day.
flown out to right.
Wind's picking back up just a little bit here.
Pitch misses low, evens the count at 1. Wombles would love to help her own cause here. Maybe make this a 1-run game. I'd prefer if she didn't. The next pitch to her.
Hitters
misses
count.
Low again. And we said a big key to the game was for Western to minimize or eliminate the errors defensively. That was their first error of the game. That's a strike from White on the inside corner. Pittsfield's only had 4 hits so far, and for a team known for their explosive offense, it's put up 20-plus runs multiple times. This has been a well-pitched game from Lauren. Her pitch is lifted to right field. Allison Woods breaks on it. She's not going to be able to get it, and it's going to get under her glove. Wombles is going to end up at second. Henry is going to score on the play. And all of a sudden, it's a 4-6 ball game. Going that a double or a single with fielding error?
A single with a fielding error. Allie didn't get a great break on that one.
I agree. And I shouldn't have said anything about fielding.
Yeah, we got a pinch runner coming in for Wombles. I guess it'd be considered a courtesy in this case, since she's the pitcher.
It's going to bring
It'll
in
be Paige Wellman.
Paige Wellman, a pinch hit.
Pinch run.
Pinch run, my fault.
Did I say pinch
No,
hitter?
no,
I
I do that completely. I was thinking Dipple in my head. I was thinking of Emma Dipple batting, and I was about to say she struck out swinging twice.
So we got Wellman at second. Dipple batting, 2 outs here, bottom of the 5th. Wildcats need to kind of shut it down right here.
It's a big spot, and you wonder if that throwing error hadn't been made, does even with, and it probably doesn't matter with Allison's misplaying right. I'm sure Stambaugh scores even if she had been on first, but it's a question. Pitch to Dipple is a called strike 1, and Western likes it. Pittsfield doesn't. White ahead in the count. Her 0-1 pitch is fouled off McMullen's glove for strike 2. Rachel would love to find her 9th strike. Lauren would love to find her 9th strikeout. Rachel would love to receive the 9th strikeout.
Right. Rachel gets a put out for that, doesn't she?
She was.
I believe.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Yeah, because that's how your favorite catcher ever, Yadier Molina, set the all-time record.
My favorite catcher ever.
And Dipple holds up on that one. She wanted to, didn't go. The right call from the angle we have. And we're about where you'd want to appeal to.
Yeah. We're in the spot. 1-2 count. Here to Dipple.
Lauren would like to strike her out for the 3rd time. She misses upstairs. Count goes to 2-2. And this has been a fun one so far.
Every inning. We're yet to really have an inning where it's something exciting doesn't happen.
It's been at a pace to where it might feel slow, but it's been a fun slow pace. White's 2-2 pitch is upstairs, and the count's going to run full here to Emma Dipple. Emma Henry's on deck, and I don't think Western wants to face her as the tying runs are on base, and Henry herself is the go-ahead run. Lauren's 3-2 pitch to Dipple is fouled off the backstop. We're going to do it again. When we do flip to the top of the 6th, the Wildcats will have Fessler, White, and McQuay do up. But first, Lauren's 3-2 pitch is in there for another strike 3 looking. She sits Pittsfield down on her 9th strikeout of the evening. And let me tell you, that's the 4th backwards K so far. As we head to the top of the 6th, Western will have 9-1.
Central State Bank is a proud supporter of Western Wildcat Athletics. With locations in Kinderhook, Pleasant Hill, Pittsfield, Quincy, and Clayton, Central State Bank is central to your banking needs. Stop in or visit us online at csb123.com. Go Wildcats!
And before we can get back to Ava, grounds another one to the shortstop. Stainball's going to have no problem. She comes up throwing and retires Ava. Ava's not afraid to swing early in the count. That was the 3rd pitch she's seen. That was the 4th pitch she's seen in 3 at-bats.
That'll bring up Lauren White. She's 1 for 3 on the day. Has a single.
Flips the lineup card over for the Lady Wildcats. And she's going to first pitch swing as well, right back to Wombles, who tosses to Henry at first. And that's another quick put out. And hopefully, when I played baseball, my coach would always say, you aren't swinging at the first pitch regardless. You're not letting the pitcher get away with a 3-pitch inning.
Yeah.
Even if they throw you a meatball. And Brindley's been very patient today. I would expect that to continue. And she takes ball 1.
Yeah, she's drawn 2 walks here today.
Western was put down 1-2-3 in the last inning. They are preparing to do that again unless Brindley has something to say. And I'll go ahead and tell you, if Brindley gets on, that brings in somebody who's hit very well today with 2 outs and runners on. It presents an interesting situation for Pittsfield because she's flirted with a couple home run balls a little bit. As now Brindley drives one into the right center gap, but it will be run down out there by Gerard. She'll have no problem with it. We're going to go to the bottom of the 6th as Western is sat down 1-2-3.
Great Rivers Bank offers a totally free checking account without a monthly minimum balance and no service fees. Share the joy of free checking with friends and family, and when they open a new account, you both earn free gifts. You can refer your friends and family now at refergreatriversbank.com. Our current gift is an Everest Journey backpack. Great Rivers Bank will buy back unused checks and debit cards, up to $10 from previous accounts. For more information, visit our website at www.greatriversbank.bank. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Whether you need just one load of rock for your driveway or many more for your farm or business, Lumley Trucking is the answer for all your rock hauling needs. Give Mark at Lumley Trucking a call at 217-473-4006.
Emma Henry leading off for the Lady Sockies. White's first pitch to her is hit hard right back up the middle, and Pittsfield's going to have a runner on first with nobody out. We're, of course, in the bottom of the sixth, and what's been a fun evening on Henry's second. That's Emma Henry's second single of the day. See if Pittsfield maybe plays a little small ball here. They're going to do just that. Squares to bunt, but it's bunted foul. Taylor Peebles, that is, up to bat. And I would reckon we'll see another bunt attempt from Pittsfield.
I would think so.
And they've bunted for 2 base hits so far this evening. It's really going to put the pressure on. I'd almost like to see Briley in more to start with to give her a better running start. And it's a good thing she didn't, as Taylor Peebles unloads on one. Sophie breaks in, then goes back, is unable to come up with it, makes a good throw into her cutoff. And all of a sudden, Pittsfield has the tying run at second with nobody out. A well-hit ball off the bat of Taylor Peebles. And Sophie's going to want that one back. She initially broke in on it and then realized that she needed to quickly retreat. And the first pitch is bounced to Brindley. She muffs it originally, then comes up fielding, not in time.
Nope. That's one of those where after you knock her down, you got to pick it up bare hand and get rid of it.
Absolutely.
Pittsfield plates one.
The runner does hold at second, Peebles that is. Western's third error of the evening. Squares to bunt. Brindley and Emma break to cover third and first respectively. And that's one where you're going to, I believe, see Sophie break from center then to be responsible for second.
Yeah, I would think at that point everybody's coming.
This is Gangler up to bat. She's proved very speedy. She loops one over Briley's head, but foul.
And just foul.
Pittsfield's reached with a single, a double, and then an E6 here in the bottom of the sixth. They've got the tying run on second. They've got the go-ahead run on first for their 9-hole hitter. Top of the lineup, Lila Simon on deck. Squares to bunt. And she was, Coach Reneker's on it. She was a good 2 feet out of the box when she made contact.
Travis shakes him off, says, no, I don't think so.
See a lot with slat bunners from the left side. They'll drag their foot, but.
Yeah. Well, you got 2 strikes on her now. Infield can play normal depth.
I almost wouldn't be surprised if she squares here. She's bunted pretty well, but she's not going to. And she's going to swing and miss and strike out for the second time. That's Lauren's 10th strikeout of the evening. And that's going to flip the lineup card back over to Lila Simon. And I told you when Lauren got to 10 Ks, I was going to have to make more lines. It's arrived. I'm going to put 15 on there. That misses for ball number 1. I put enough marks on there for her to strike every single batter the rest of the game out. The 1-0 pitch from White is upstairs. Rachel doing a good job behind the plate, keeping everything in front of her, and keeping Peebles at second and Gangler at first. Sorry, I said, no, that's McClintock. McClintock at first. My fault. That misses low now, and Simon is way ahead. 3-0. Again, McClintock at first. Gangler struck out swinging in the last at bat. Lauren's 3-0 pitch, and therefore strike one.
I'd like to see her battle back here and try
Absolutely.
to.
You know what I'd like to see? I'd like to see her hit a line drive at Brooklyn, and Brooklyn just steps on first base, and we're out of the inning.
That would be fantastic. That would be a great call, Reese.
Simon's going to hit that one. Past a diving McQuay. Peebles is going to score from second as the Wildcats are unable to keep the ball on the infield. Not, though, for the effort from McQuay at short, but we have a tie ball game all of a sudden. That was a, I'm going to say a slow hit single, but one that Brindley made a great effort on it, but just could not reach it. Definitely not the fault. Definitely not to her fault when it comes to effort.
Not at all. We got a little time out here. We're going to step away as well. We'll be back with you here in just a second. Today's broadcast brought to you by Drake's Steak and Ale, Great Rivers Bank, and Nomad Services Incorporated.
Bottom six. We're tied at 6. There's 2 runners on. And Tori Stanball's up. And she's going to watch the first pitch low. Emma Henry led off the inning. She singled. Taylor Peebles doubled. Josie McClintock reached on an air. Gangler struck out swinging. And Simon singled through the 5-6 gap. And that's going to be a strike in their 2-stand ball. Makes the count to 1-1. Stanball's not reached on a hit yet. She's been on base all 3 times, walked twice and been hit. And this time she hits it in the air to Sophie. Sophie's under it and makes a play with great ease. Comes up firing into third. And a freshman looked like a senior out there.
Made it look very easy,
yes, just one step in, caught it nonchalantly, launched it into third. And like we said earlier, if we know Sophie, she's still frustrated about her misplay earlier.
And now up, it's going to be Grace Henry. What's she done on the day, Reese?
I'll tell you that in just a second after we see the first pitch from White. She hits that one hard through the 5-6 gap again. The run from second's going to score. Alyssa comes up throwing. Lauren keeps it in front, but on that throw in past the cutoff, the runner is going to move to second base. Well, you want to know what Henry's done?
Yeah, she's scored plenty of them.
I can give you that update. So after Grace Henry's double, she grounded out to short. She doubled earlier. She reached on an air. She flew out to short, and then she doubled again. And all of a sudden, Western's behind 7-6 with only 3 outs to go for their side of the order. First pitch to Emma Wombles is low. And you know what started as a bright and sunny day? It's kind of symbolized this game. Started as a bright and sunny game. The clouds moved in. The game
It's gotten chilly here.
Happened. Next pitch from White. Upstairs for ball 2. And if Wombles can reach, Pittsfield will bat around this inning. Emma Dipple on deck. And she pops that one up. That's not going to be playable. Brooklyn, Emma, and Allison gave it a run, but out of their reach. Western's committed 3 errors. Shot themselves in the foot here 3 too many times so far today. White's 2-1 pitch. Gets the call upstairs.
A little high on that one.
Interesting decision, but nonetheless.
We'll take it.
We'll take it. That might have been neck level. White's 2-2 pitch. Is a little flare. Lauren's under it. She is going to put it away to retire the side. Pittsfield sees 8 girls come to the plate. They record 4 hits that inning, and they will send us to the top of the 7th, trailing by 1 run with the top 3-4-5.
I'm Chris Nichols, managing broker and owner at Ridgeline Sales Group LLC. Are you interested in buying or selling real estate? With over 100 years of combined managing broker experience, Ridgeline Sales Group has assembled a team that can help you with any of your real estate needs. From first-time home buyers to seasoned farm investors, we represent buyers and sellers all across West Central Illinois, helping to make their real estate dreams come to life. Give us a call today at 217-285-5800 or jump on our website at ridgelinesalesgroup.com.
To win in sports, you have to adapt your strategy as the game changes. The same is true of investments. Derek Harris, your Edward Jones financial advisor, can review your game plan. Call 217-222-7173 today. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
We're back. Top 7. Western has 3 outs left. Rachel's going to lead them off. She's been on base every time, and she drives another one out to center field. Just misses it as Gerard gets under it and retires Rachel, and she missed that one
Just a bit.
Man.
Got to say, that was probably about 185, 190 feet on a 200-foot fence.
A couple balls that I thought had a chance that haven't. Brings in Brooklyn. Going to need a rally very soon if Western wants to stay alive.
Down to their last 2 outs.
Brooklyn's 1 for 3 so far. That misses low for ball number 1. I do like Rachel being aggressive there on the first pitch, though. You know that they want to get ahead of her. They don't want to put her in a hitter's count, and she jumped on the first pitch and just missed it. Brooklyn takes the second pitch for strike 1. Man, it's been a fun one. It'd be even more fun if Western could find another run. And I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I'm going to go ahead and say it after this pitch. You already know what I'm going to say. I'm sure most of the viewers at home are going to say the same thing. We'll hold that thought after this play. Fielded by Stanbaugh. She comes up, throw is low. Cannot be picked at first, and Brooklyn's going to reach. And that's what happens. You put the ball in play.
And you hustle down.
And she did just that. She's going to reach on an E6.
That'll bring up Reniker. Soph's due.
Soph's very due for her first varsity home run.
Is that what we're going with? I was just thinking a base hit here. Keep the line moving.
As the thought I had before, that non-obstruction call could loom large. First pitch to Sophie, low. That's the 5th error committed by Pittsfield so far this evening. They cannot be thrilled about that number.
How many errors you got for Western? Do you remember?
I can tell you. After Sophie hits one to left field, breaks in on it. Play is not going to be made out in left field by Peebles. Brooklyn initially had to retreat back to the bag, but she'll be on second now with 1 out.
Yeah, that's one of those where if you're Brooklyn and they're catching it left field at the fence, maybe you're
halfway
or closer.
You absolutely should,
because you're not going to tag and advance to second probably. So be there close. And that's going to bring in Emma Dixon. 2 outs, or 1 out, 2 on.
I'm going to call that an E7.
I believe so.
That's back-to-back errors for Pittsfield. That's their 6th error of the evening. Who doubled off Sophie's glove in the last half inning? Was that Peebles?
Was that the last half inning?
What was the last half inning?
I don't remember. That was a long half inning.
It was.
All right. Umpire's going to go out and break up the timeout. Dixon up for the Wildcats, 2 on, 1 out.
Western's reached on 2 errors so far. They've hit the ball. Well, Brooklyn's ball was kind of a dribbler, but Sophie and Rachel both put a little hunkering on it. Brings in Emma. She's up with a runner in scoring position. She's going to hit one on the ground. They're going to come up. They're going to get the lead runner. Great play from Stanball. Great awareness from the shortstop. You want your shortstop to be probably the smartest player on the field, and she was.
Yeah.
Her momentum was carrying her to third base. She took the easy play. She was aware she had a force.
And actually, I thought they might double up Dixon there at first.
If she would have came up, I think you might be on there.
If Gingler would have thrown across. Allison will swing at the first one. Strike one on her. Wildcats down to their final out as they trail 7-6. Runners on first and second.
Allie doubled. She was the first Wildcat to score. No one pitched to her. It's dribbled foul, and all of a sudden Allison's behind 0-2, and she's going to have to battle to keep the Western hopes alive of defeating the county rival Pittsfield Lady Sockies. It's been a fun one. I've said that a couple times. Holds true regardless of the outcome here.
Back and forth all game long.
The 0-2 pitch to Allison. She pops that one up. Stanball's under it, and she is going to put it away to cap off today's affair. A well-fought game between the Lady Wildcats and the Lady Sockies. In the end, Western's efforts do not prove to be enough as Pittsfield will prevail 7-6.
This broadcast powered by Tiger Hawk Technologies, empowering your business with reliable IT solutions.
The Place offers Lotus drinks, hand-dipped ice creams, milkshakes, and much more. They are located on the corner of Mortimer and Decatur Street in Barrie. TA Productions would like to thank Bushmeyer Farms, Milky's Place, Western Collision Center, The Puppy Parlor, and Tacos Tequila for being sponsors of today's broadcast.
All right, back with you here. There's a final score, 7-6 Pittsfield as they win in a very eventful game. Reese, what do you got for some stats?
Yeah, that's to say the least. Pittsfield, as you said, Pittsfield wins 7-6. Lauren pitched her heart out. Pittsfield had 8 hits on the evening. They were helped by 4 Western errors in the final 2 innings. Pittsfield stranded 6 runners on base in tonight's affair. Lauren struck out 10 batters in what I would say was her best pitching effort of the year. Pittsfield's a very good team. They hit the ball hard tonight, and we just didn't make enough plays when it mattered. For the Lady Wildcats, they recorded 7 hits on the evening. I had you screwed up there. My fault. Pittsfield had 4 errors. That's on me. Pittsfield had 4 errors. Yeah. We'll move on. We'll move on. We don't need to talk about that.
We don't have to talk about that.
Western, as we said, Western had 4 errors. In the box of the Lady Wildcats, they had 7 hits, 5 errors of their own. They stranded 6 batters, and they gave themselves a chance, and that's all you can ask for at the end of the day. Pittsfield's now 10-2-1. They're going to be tough. They go tomorrow to play Carlinville, who is one of the best 2A teams in the area. If Notre Dame wasn't around, I would argue that Carlinville might be the best 2A team around. Nonetheless, are you ready to name a player of the game?
I am, all right.
Barrie Dental Care is the answer to all your dental needs. From fillings to root canals or denture work, they have you taken care of. They also offer orthodontic work. Give them a call today at 217-335-2397 to schedule your appointment.
All right, what do you think? Who you naming tonight?
Our Barrie Dental Care player of the game. I don't even think this is a tough one. Even in a losing effort, Rachel McMullen did absolutely everything in her power as a senior leader to possibly do. She had 3 doubles on the evening and just missed a 4th one there in the bottom of the 7th. And 2 of those 3 were doubles with 2 outs. Just a great all-around performance from Rachel. And I mean, as a Division II signee, UIS commit, that's what you expect out of her, and she continues to come through every single night, and she's a tough at bat. Multiple times we talked about the potential of Pittsfield maybe walking her, even with runners on first and second.
For sure.
But not enough tonight for the Lady Wildcats as a whole, as, again, they fall 7-6 to a very, very good Pittsfield team.
All right, coming up on tap tomorrow night, we'll be in Barry as Western brings a very talented Beardstown team to town.
That'll be a fun one, and it's going to be key. How does Western rebound from this? Because I'm sure if you ask all 19 girls that they have on the team, they're going to say that that's a game that they should win. How do you bounce back against a team like Beardstown tomorrow?
Right.
And we'll see tomorrow. I'm excited for it.
All right, join us tomorrow somewhere around 4:20. We'll be on with the pregame show, and then we'll have live coverage following that. Thanks for watching right here on Tap.